Early this morning, nearly 200,000 XRP disappeared from a live cross-chain bridge in a matter of minutes. That is roughly $200,000 gone, not from a private key leak, but from a software logic mistake that made the bridge treat an empty deposit as real money. The attacker did not send any funds across the chain. Instead, they crafted a self-payment, a transaction where you pay yourself, and the bridge's relayers, the automated agents that validate cross-chain messages, mistakenly counted it as a genuine top-up. Once that fake balance appeared, the attacker triggered a real withdrawal on the other side, walking away with tokens that never existed. This is not a theoretical bug, it is happening right now on the Coreum bridge linking the XRP Ledger to the TX blockchain, and the evidence points to a root cause that many bridges have overlooked. To understand the disaster, you need to see inside the relayer's mind, so to speak. When a user deposits tokens on one chain, relayers watch for that event and then authorize a matching mint or release on the destination chain. The Coreum relayers were programmed to scan for any transaction that involved the bridge's XRP address as a recipient. But the check was too shallow. It did not verify that the sender was a different entity from the receiver, nor that the funds had actually moved from an external wallet. The attacker simply sent XRP to themselves via the bridge's escrow, creating a transaction record that looked like a deposit. The relayers processed it, credited a synthetic balance, and then the attacker drew that balance into real assets. This exact bug class, treating self-transfers as deposits, has been warned about in smart contract audits for years, yet it reappeared on a live mainnet. The market did not wait for a postmortem. Within hours of the news breaking, XRP slipped below the $1 mark for the first time since November 2024, dipping to around 99 cents before recovering slightly. While the stolen sum itself is modest by institutional standards, the symbolic damage cuts deeper. Coreum is a relatively young chain, and its bridge was meant to bootstrap liquidity. A $200,000 drain at this stage threatens partnerships and user confidence. We are already seeing hesitation on community forums, with some wondering whether cross-chain messaging standards need an overhaul. For everyday holders, the immediate lesson is stark: funds sitting in bridge contracts carry a hidden risk that the bridge's software logic might be as fragile as an unlocked door. This is not the first bridge exploit, and it will not be the last, but it does highlight a glaring gap in how relayers validate deposits. Most bridges focus on cryptographic proofs that a transaction happened, not on the business logic of whether that transaction makes sense economically. If a relayer blindly trusts that any incoming transaction is a deposit, spoofing becomes trivial. Going forward, expect to see bridge teams add explicit sender-receiver checks, enforce minimum deposit value thresholds, and introduce cooldown periods for large withdrawals from newly credited addresses. Regulators are also watching. The Financial Conduct Authority here in the UK has been signaling that cross-chain services will need to meet higher operational resilience standards, and incidents like this will accelerate that push. The Coreum exploit is a textbook case of a preventable logic error, costing real money within minutes of discovery. The attacker did not need sophisticated hacking tools, they just needed to read the relayer code more carefully than the developers did. For anyone using cross-chain bridges, the safe play right now is to limit exposure, verify that the bridge has undergone independent audits that specifically test input manipulation, and never assume that technology which worked yesterday will work tomorrow. In crypto, trust is often placed in code, but as we saw today, code is only as honest as the assumptions baked into it. If you found this breakdown useful, hit like and subscribe. We will be tracking the Coreum team's response and what it means for every bridge user.